You're live. All right, then. How about it, boys and girls? I'm here speaking from the heart and talking politics and the way of the world and how if we don't stand up as adults, how the youth is screwed and how things have been going on in this planet and politics for such a long time. How they got the insider trader information, payoffs from big industries like pharmaceutical and alcoholic beverages. So where do we start at? About how we start with how the left, like the Democrats, is trying to change our country, this great nation of ours. You know, by doing the things like taking script out of school, not allowing the kids to work mathematics out in their head on paper and stuff anymore, and what effect this has on them, taking out the trade skills like woodcraft and mechanics and home economics. And how they're not teaching the real history of the planet and life, you know, giving them life skills. Let's talk about all these type of things and how their technology that they have today that we're not privileged to, that they tax us for so they can build it and implement it for themselves. Let's talk about things like the Georgia Stones and things like that, and what these things mean and how they've infiltrated news channels, and they're all programmed to program you, and how they've infiltrated the movies like in Walt Disney and things, and how they even have Rangers of the Universe or some shit like this. This last one with the raccoon and stuff, the savior of the universe or whatever, protectors of the universe. How they publicize that movie, you know, with politics, you know, and how that movie can be directed right back to the Georgia Stones, and how people like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and other rich people in the world, how they think and how they want to eliminate us and enslave the ones that are left, how they want this new world order. How wars are implemented and stuff, and why they're there, and how they've made money in the past people and killed off people as well, and how all this was just political and not necessary. How things like the atomic bomb in Japan and stuff years ago was more about the bankers and shit like that, and not about them being our enemy, and about them throwing out the Illuminati and shit out their country. The bankers and shit. Excuse me. Let's talk about all that kind of things. And how it's wrong and how it's enslaved us. The industrial complex has enslaved us. And how things like blueprints for a better life with the Venus Project, which this guy was very smart. He just recently passed away, I think at 101. Y'all can look that up on YouTube, the Venus Project. It's a free way of living. It's a proven way of life that you can live this way. Instead, they look to enslave us with the industrial complex and the, you know, commoditizing everything, industrializing everything, and weaponizing everything. You know, there's a better way to life, and it's proven that you can live without all this crime and politics and all. Excuse me. I'm really tired. I got my sleep and everything, but I've been talking a lot this morning. I decided to start my own YouTube channel and go live and see how it works out. I see how all these people are making incredible amounts of money in doing this, and you know, I need a little bit of extra cash myself, so I thought I'd try it myself. In any case, yeah, I want to talk about how taxes and everything came about and why they're still here, and how we can work without them and be a better country, a better society, and how the CIA and the FBI has infiltrated this country and this great nation of ours, and are trying to take it down, and how the last president and the one they thought was going to come in here and behind him, Hillary, had a 16-year plan about how driving this nation down in the ground, taking all the jobs away from this country and everything. And they knew what the future held with the collapse of the dollar and how it was going to affect the whole world, because most of the world buy their commodities with the dollar. that went back to where back in Nixon's day, where he took it away from the gold standard and started making it, to where there's the other country sold the oil and based on the American dollar and everything. That was so they manipulated to have wars and everything, kill people off, trying to keep it that way for years now. But it's not working. It's getting ready to collapse because the Fed's owned by all these bankers who shit all over the world and stuff like that, not by us, and they pretty much dictate the rate on your credit cards and shit, and on the housing and all this stuff like that. So they pretty much dictate that, so they can collect. They'll lend us money on money that they don't have, and they charge you interest against it. And what they've been doing is printing this money up, and printing more and more and more money instead of it's getting ready to collapse and everything. They're getting ready to come out with a new standard. I mean, all these countries are buying gold, like Russia, China, Japan. They all see what's coming. I mean, all their economics has slowed down and everything. I mean, even China is in trouble here in this next year. I mean, and it's going to take. They're going to feel the effect of it for a couple of years to come. I think that what I hear is we might be better off because we're starting to build here in industry back into the United States, and we might be okay. I don't know, but we're changing the gold to a gold standard also. I believe to happen sometime in March, to where they're going to change to a new type of currency, and the money and things that you got ain't going to be worth shit anymore for a while. I don't know how they plan on working all these things out to where it goes over smoothly, like calling martial law and all this. I hear they got planned, but that plans to implement all this stuff in the future somewhere where Trump is president. And he's going to arrest all these people. There's supposed to be like 60-something thousand sealed indictments. I don't know. And then they got this Q movement and everything. We got to take everything, with one thread at a time. We can't allow anything to manipulate us, or we can't believe in any one thing. We've got to take it one day at a time, and how things are going that day, how things end that day, how things worked out that day for the nation, in retrospect, the whole country, the world, from when all this take place. And there have been hints from the president, to prepare for all this type of stuff because it's coming. So we don't know. All these military tribunals and stuff is supposed to take place for all these traitors, to this great nation of ours. I just don't know. But I guess time will tell. And some of us are hungry for it and in a big hurry to start seeing the shame, the walk of shame, with some of these politicians and stuff, and some of these baby rapers and people who selling and trading people and stuff like that for body parts and to be enslaved and to be raped and murdered. We have to start seeing this for ourselves and start hearing about it, on the leftist news and shit like that. Let's start seeing the perp walk. We want to see this on live TV. We want the world to know that we're going after these people, and these type of things cannot continue on, that we're looking for you, we're watching for you, we're listening for you, and we're coming after. We got to start showing these perp walks so these things stop happening, and we start pointing out who's controlling and where the money is being funded from to do these things with, like the CIA and the FBI and the there's what's this other big outfit here that's all over the world, that protects the world and shit. Everybody puts in a certain amount of that we're trying to get out of. Shit, I forget what it's called, but they're in the trading and shit like that too. And it's just a shame that we let Islamic people come into this country and get into the House and to congressional seats and shit like this, and are trying to change our law to benefit their Quran and shit like that, and they're sworn in on the Quran and not the American Bible to our standard of life. We're letting these people come in here, and somewhere along the line we've lost respect to that. We got to start waking up and getting these people out of there to where they can't try to make change to our rule of law and to our religion and shit like this. These are the type of people who hate us and want us dead, and want things to their rural country, shit like that, trying to change our great nation that look like their nations and country. We can't allow that, boys and girls. We've been poisoned. We've been poisoned through the GMOs, through the fabric on your furniture and your cars. You've been to where the food you eat. I mean, you've been the air you breathe. I mean, you've been the water you drink. You've been downsized, man. You've been lied to your whole damn life and shit. You've been poisoned. They're trying to kill you off, man. They're trying to make money off the disease that they're creating from these. I mean, look at this this last big fucking win we had with that weed killer. I mean, but we need to see more of this type of stuff, because they got GMOs in our fucking milk and everything, man. I mean, isn't this enough? Aren't we? Don't we have tools that we can use now? Such things as YouTube and social media and Facebook and stuff like that to make a difference. We have webcams and shit like this on our computers and our smartphones and things like this we can use. Come on, man. We got apps where we can record shit and edit shit and push it out there, right? So what's the big deal on wanting change? I mean, they got technology out the yazoo that they don't allow us to be privy to, that we pay for. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous how all these people have gotten rich in Washington, D.C., and how all these trillions of dollars is missing, and how we've given all these other countries trillions of dollars. Boys and girls, this is our hard-earned living, what we're working for. I mean, this is us being industrialized, enslaved. I mean, why did we let this happen? When there's other blueprints to fucking life that's proven to be, we don't have to live this way. To where we don't have to have crime and people dying from cancers and having to live on fucking on pharmaceuticals. Come on, man. I mean, there's natural herbs and things that and healing on this fucking planet, that we can use and not do these things to make you more sicker and pain and dying and suffering and shit like this. We can't allow this kind of thing to continue. Why can't we have the fucking technology they got? Instead of allowing them to use it military, industrialize it for military use against us. Why can't we have it to improve our life? To have a better understanding of the universe? Why aren't we privileged to all this information that they hide from us? Some of the things are the simplest things, like what Mars really looks like, how it's got green grass on it, rivers and shit, how explosions happen there. Maybe some kind of life force had been there before and their blueprint for life didn't work out. They all went to war or something. Why ain't we showing all this destruction shit on how it really looks on fucking Mars instead of distorting the fucking pictures and blacking things out and shit? Why do we do that, in space and shit, when we see spaceships and shit going across the fucking moon and shit? Why are they hiding this stuff from us? Why is it this public fucking information? What is it? Are we little sheep and children and can't be trusted and are going to go panic up if we have a better life? Come on, man. Some things should be free. I mean, these are things that you have to have. You have to have food to live, right? So why are you being charged for that? Why is it industrialized? So they can enslave your ass. Clothing, you have to have that. I mean, nobody wants to see your ass naked, right? And it's cold out, so you have to dress up. So why ain't that fucking free? I mean, you got to have transportation from point A to point B. Why ain't all that free? Why do you have to have a life to where you have to go to work every day? There's something that you dread and people treat you like shit and belittle you and all this kind of thing. Why do you have to be a part of all that? There's a better blueprint to life, and we allow them to keep it from us. Do you know we don't even own the patents in this country? Do you know in this country alone, we got 5,537 fucking free energy patents that they won't allow that come out because they say that is a danger to our society? That if a third world country got their hand on it, instead of improving their lifestyle and them going hungry and starving and shit like that, it would improve. It keeps them where they are. See, they want people beneath their feet and shit. They want you this way. And they shouldn't allow you to do this. They shouldn't allow you to do this. Or we shouldn't allow them to do this. I mean, where there's not water, we can make water. We can make water. Just by planting things in the ground They stick up above the ground a couple of feet. It makes water in places where there is no water. I mean, we can get free electricity where there's no electricity and shit like that. I mean, with the technology they got today, and they keep from us that we're not privy to and pay for. I mean, what is that? 21 trillion just missing right here in the United States? I mean, what's the overall debt of the fucking planet Earth? And who the hell do we owe all this fucking debt to? The 1%? Apparently. I mean, the 1% controls 99% of the world. Think about that. Think about that, boys and girls. That alone should wake you up. I mean, things that's been taking place and changes that we've seen. I mean, with these storms and hurricanes and stuff. Hurricane coming in, the water on the beach is fucking going out by a couple miles. Now, we know that that's not possible or feasible. The water's supposed to come in and flood the area. I mean, the storm's blowing in. Come on. We can see changes happening. We know they're controlling shit. We know that they weaponized every damn thing they can possibly weaponize used against us. Because there's big money in all that shit. And controlling and manipulating and imprisoning and raping and pillaging. I mean, there's big money in that. But when did we say enough is enough? When do we say, no, we don't want the blueprint that you got for us? It's not fucking working out. We want this one. Come on, we know in our fucking history and our past that these things have not worked out. And in the end, we destroyed one another. We got up and we started fighting these motherfuckers, killing off each other. And it was a big war. And this is not the first time that this world has been through this. It's not been regenerated and going through it again. I mean, we got scientific proof of this over and over again. I mean, what the hell is going on in Antarctica? I mean, are they killing these sleeping giants and shit? They're inside these machines? I mean, are they robbing and pillaging again? What's really going on? What are they doing? Why are they keeping from us? Why are we enslaved? Why don't we have this other blueprint for life instead of this one? These are the real questions in life. Why are people driven to be the way they are and allow themselves to be enslaved? See, there's something going on here, boys and girls, to where we have to be woken. Take the blue, don't take the blue pill, take the fucking red pill. Stand up for something in your life. Stand up with Trump and demand that he gets rid of the fucking swamp. That he knows who his uncle was and how technology really is and how much it was hidden from us. Come on, man. You don't think he even said that his uncle was right about the technology and shit, and he started this fucking Space Force. He knows something. I bet you son of a gun has been traveled back and forth a fucking time a few times, man. Come on, man. Let's wake up to the fucking possibilities and the fucking truth of things here on this planet. How Fukushima was fucking man-made disaster. And how they dumping all that shit into the ocean, man. And how it's had effect. How we've overfished the ocean and shit like that. How everything is disappearing. How our bees and shit are dying on this planet. How we keep poisoning them with the GMOs and stuff like that. With the pesticides and shit we're putting out there. And how we need them on this fucking planet. How they're a part of our life. How we're making everything extinct and everything. How we're fucking killing the rainforest and all this shit for big industry, stuff like that. How we need that in this planet. And how hemp help us out instead of fucking the forestry and shit like this. And how they've outlawed that. And how they got a patent on marijuana back in the 70s and shit, knowing the things they can do and then outlawing that. Letting all these children suffer from all these seizures and shit, knowing that that hemp oil would stop all that and making them take all these heavy duty fucking pharmaceuticals and shit that has these terrible fucking side effects. All children, for God's sakes. When hemp oil stops all that shit. This is horrible, man, on how the government can't be trusted and how they're doing things, man. Putting shit in the water and on your food and on your clothing, on taking control of your fucking cars. And I mean, really, how much stuff do we have to let them stack on top of us for us to bear witness to before we say that's enough? When is that enough? I tell you, it's enough for me, boys and girls. It is enough for me. I gotta make my thing here public, so let everybody know that I'm streaming stuff. So I have people stop by my show here on YouTube. Anyway, I think I pretty much covered the world, how things going, how we can stop it, how we can stand up and use all the social media and tools that they've given us to use against us, you know, because everybody's got a fucking picture of an abortion. One thing or another has been identified through Facebook and shit like that, and going through your Walmart with cameras and things. I mean, and they're putting cameras up all over. I mean, you're not private anymore. All your information is right out there. They're stealing shit from you. I mean, technology can either be your friend or your fucking enemy. And I think it's getting to be where it's mostly your enemy. I mean, it's overtaking your jobs and things like that, you know, and taking over big industry. I mean, if they had the blueprint like the one I mentioned early on, the what is that planet again? The Venus Project. A simple one like that. I mean, we already have these things established on this planet where they're everything they do, where they grow their own food, they make their own clothing, they take all their own waste, turn it back into energy. They're self-sufficient neighborhoods. Don't have any policing or any government or any politics or anything like that. They're just self-sufficient neighborhoods where they take care of themselves. And I think that's a great blueprint for everybody in life. And that when someone wants to go to school and learn something, we shouldn't charge for that and make them in debt for the rest of life for it. We should encourage them to be that and to want to go out in life and do that. And instead of the way around, you know, to where people don't want to go out and do these things. I mean, we've made it to where you've gone in and you made poor neighborhoods and you poisoned them and you inserted drugs into those neighborhoods, and you've gone in and you made them to where you can go in and they just tear down those neighborhood stuff. You can step in and buy all the fucking property and stuff like that. I mean, you've done some dirty, outrageous shit, and we all see it for what it is. We all know about all these things, man, because social media and everything's putting it out there now. We got the internet and shit, and we're sharing things. We're talking about shit, you know? So I got my favorites out there on YouTube. I like to watch. They keep bringing up the UFOs and the technology, and they go out there and watch former stuff in certain places here in the United States. I got my ones like Jordan, what's his name? Souther, and some people like that, you know, and some of them been they're censoring these people towards some of the good ones are being taken off stuff because they speak about religion and things like this, and they're being censored and by YouTube and Google and shit like this, and they're hiding searches and things on you and only allowing you to see things that it's in relevance to the way they believe, and trying for you and make you work hard to get to the search that you want. And that's the way these big dollar motherfuckers are these days. They're allowed to monopolize such things as these tools that we use and censor you if it's not something that they like or something like that. But yet they will put something out there that's very should be censored. You know, the children see and shit like this. Anyway, this is my start off YouTube channel because I got a lot to say. I feel about a lot of these things, and I want a lot of these things changed. And I know all these changes can be made by me and you when we stand up and start taking note of these things and start talking to all these politicians that have Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. We can go to their page and make a difference, and we can call them and all that stuff. We can still do something old-fashioned and write letters and things like this, sign petitions. We can make change. You know, with today's technology and everything, it doesn't take that long, and it's not that hard to do. I mean, look at me. I'm right here on Facebook right now, live, you know, streaming. I mean, I haven't got any audience or anybody who's watching or anything right now, but at least I'm here streaming it, and I'm going to try and publicize it and get people to come watch and everything. You know what I mean? So, Anyway, let's end this stream, and hopefully I can publicize it, edit it, and all that kind of thing, and get it out there and start making some money on this. So I can sit here and talk about these things later on, and I'll have a better. I can start researching things and showing you proof to everything that I talk about, and bring on other guests that know about these things and would like to talk about their experiences and bring forth the proof that they have. And I like to show you other people who already done these things on YouTube, things like that, and already brought the truth to your attention and stuff, and brought people on who was licensed, who was there, who's seen, tasted, did, experienced the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? That I'd like to bring all this stuff forth to you and help bring all these things out to light as well. Dark to light. Where we go one, we go all. Right, Q? Anyway, boys and girls, I like for us all to stand together and for my numbers to grow, so people know what I'm putting something positive out there, and I know that I'm putting something positive out there, and by the numbers in my testimony, people will see something that they need to watch, and you can help me by helping my numbers grow. You know what I mean? And that's where you get to respect that. That's how you get people watching and listening, and that's how you get people to start taking a stand and speaking up, is getting those numbers out there, boys and girls. So watch my video, give me a thumbs up, set your notifications for when I go live again, so you can come and watch. And of course, I haven't set up a way to where you can make payments, but I do have a PayPal account and things like that. So you can't pay me like that if you want to contribute some money toward my benefit of speaking here and staying live and going on again and speaking of these things and doing the things like I asked, to telling you that I would like to do. So to make a believer out of you. Because I just don't want you to get your information just anywhere, because there's a lot of people out there that's looking to lie to you and bullshit you and just read off on something. And I think they should get a little bit more than just reading something for you. And because I know you like watching the news and people telling you about what's going on around you. So that kind of works out, But I would like to see it in more detail, like some of these journalists aren't doing today, where they go out there when they want to chase something and get the information on it and question people and power about these things that's going on, and why they're taking place and why they did this, why they did that, stay on them and watch for them to catch them in lies and things like this. Anyway, folks, if we want to stay vigilant and knowledgeable of what's going on, you got to help people like me. You got to help people like other channels out here on YouTube that's trying to bring you the truth of the matter. You got to help these people out, because this is how they make their living and stuff. This is how they're able to eat. This is how they're able to pay their bills. And this is how they're able to dig in to the information that they bring you and try to bring you into light on, to red pill you. Anyway, folks, I guess how long has this one gotten to be here? It's almost 30 minutes long. I don't want to try and keep anybody past that time, because it's hard to keep people entertained for that long and for them not to get bored and walking out on you. Maybe I should keep them down to maybe 15 minutes or so. This is all experimental. I'm hoping by everything that I've had to say and bring to you today was enough to keep you entertained and keep you locked into my channel to where you would want to hear more of what I have to say. And with that, I would like to end this stream. You all have a wonderful day. And remember, change comes with you and me standing up and making change, being part of the change. All right? Love you. Y'all have a great day.